Hey, third grade, this is Miss Liberty with your next lesson for reading for this week. Today we are going to continue reviewing what we learned about nonfiction in second grade by taking a look at types of nonfiction. Yesterday we learned about literary nonfiction. We discussed how writers of literary nonfiction include informational text as well as descriptive details to both inform and entertain the reader. Today we're going to learn about one type of nonfiction called biographies. Readers understand that knowing the three types of nonfiction texts helps them to construct meaning as they read. Students will discuss how understanding why and how writers write biographies can deepen their understanding and enjoyment of these texts. A biography tells about the person's life. It provides factual information and is written in third person. And there are 6 questions that we are going to talk about today to help us think about the person that we are learning about. As we have learned during our study of nonfiction, a biography is a story written about someone's life. Writers of biographies want readers to learn about a person who did something that made a difference or who is or was well known. Biographies may span the lifetime of a person or focus on a particular period of time. The details unfold in a chronological order or sequence, meaning the order in which events took place. When we read biographies, we learn important information about some very influential and interesting people in our world. Writers of biographies typically write about people who they admire or who have inspired them. They include lots of information in their texts about their subjects' lives, struggles, and accomplishments. And they want their readers to learn the important and memorable information about their subjects. So just like a news reporter, they provide details that answer some or all of the following questions. So these are the 6 questions that I referenced earlier that we are going to try to answer today as we read a biography. Who is this person? When was this person born? Where did this person live? What were some important dates or events in his or her life? Why is this person well known? And how did this person make a difference? Now that we know the type of information that writers include in their biographies, we can use the same questions to help us focus on the important details as we read the text. As I begin reading the biography, Queen of the Waves, I'll see how many of these questions are answered as I learn more about this famous person. Let's read. Gertrude Ederle looked exhausted, but that wasn't surprising. She had been swimming for 11 hours. She wasn't in a warm, calm swimming pool either. She was in the middle of the icy and dangerous English Channel. Gertrude was trying to become the first woman ever to swim from France to England. Wow, that is a really long way. She had already tried this 21-mile swim across the channel once, but failed. Now it looks like she would fail again. Gertie, you must come out, someone shouted from the tugboat. The tugboat was there to help if she got in trouble. But Gertrude didn't feel like she was in trouble. She raised her head above the waves. What for? She called out. Gertrude was not going to quit swimming until she got to England. Wow, she is very determined. Oh, next subheading, determination. Gertrude had always been determined. She was born in October 1906 in New York City. She learned to swim on the Jersey Shore. At age 15, she started training for races. Soon, she was setting records. In 1924, she went to the Summer Olympics. She won a gold medal and 2 bronze medals. Gertrude was disappointed that she didn't do better. Later that same year, she tried to swim the English Channel. After 9 hours in the icy water, her trainer made her stop. He thought she had swallowed too much seawater. Gertrude disagreed. She fired him and hired a new trainer. So we have a photograph here, and we have learned that in nonfiction text we have a lot of photographs. The caption says, "A crowd gathers to congratulate Gertrude on her successful swim across New York Bay in 1925. All right, so let's be a detective and see how many of these questions we can answer. Who is this person? See if you can answer that question first yourself. Who is this person? Right, this is Gertrude Ederle, and that is who we are learning about. When was this person born? See if you can look back in the text and find where and when she was born. She was born in October 1906. Now let's think about the location. Where did Gertrude live? Take a look back at the text and see if you can find where Gertrude lived. Right, New York City. But she did learn to swim on the Jersey Shore. What were some important dates or events in her life? What were some important parts of her life that we can find in our passage? She was determined to swim the English Channel. That was a very important event of her life. Why is this person well known? Why is it so well known that we know about Gertrude? At age 15, she started winning medals for swimming. In 1924, she won 1 gold and 2 bronze medals at the Summer Olympics. So that's 1 first place and 2 third place medals. How did this person make a difference? How did Gertrude make a difference through swimming? What did she do? In 1925, she swam across the New York Bay. So that is how she made a difference. Wow, Gertrude was a woman who worked hard to achieve her goals and who did not give up easily. Now let's continue reading to find out what happened next in the life of this special person. See if you were able to use the reporter's questions to help you keep track and think about Gertrude's special character traits and personal achievements. So listen as I read the next portion of our biography about Gertrude. And you're going to discuss with yourself what important details you have learned about her life. Success at last. The next year she tried again. She spent weeks training in France. This time she was ready and determined to swim the 21 miles across the channel. Early on August 6, 1926, Gertrude dove into the English Channel at Cap Grisnez, France. The 19-year-old swam for hours in the icy gray water. Her trainer worried about her safety. Her friends begged her to quit, but her father and sister cheered her on. Her father had promised to buy her a new car if she finished the swim. "Remember the car!" he yelled, and Gertrude kept swimming. So I found these photographs to go along with our image for Gertrude, to go along with our text, and one of them had this quote. And the quote says, "People said women couldn't swim the channel, but I proved they could." So Gertrude did swim and make it across the 21 miles across the channel. I can certainly see why the author, Ed Combs, chose to write Gertrude's life story. As you continue to read biographies, think about the 6 questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how, as you read the text. Thinking about these important details will help you better understand the life and times of some famous people and how they have impacted our world. Today on Seesaw, you are going to listen to me read a biography. After listening, you are going to fill in the answers to the 6 questions about the person. Make sure you listen carefully and go back to reread if needed. So when you log into Seesaw, you will see the directions here state that you need to listen to the lesson for today and view today's directions. Then click Add. You're going to listen and read the biography. Then you're going to use the biography to answer the 6 questions on slide 2. Then you're going to use the text tool to fill in the graphic organizer and then check over your work before you submit. So this is what you will see when you click Add. On the very first slide, you are going to see the passage about Martin Luther King Jr. So when you click on play, I will read that to you. And then on slide 2, you are going to see the 6 questions that we went over today. And all you're going to do is fill in each of the boxes using the passage about Martin Luther King Jr. So, for example, who is this person? The person is Martin Luther King Jr. When was this person born? So you'll have to go back to slide 1 and find where he was born and fill it in under your when question. When you have filled in all 6 boxes and you feel confident with your answers, go ahead and click the check to turn in. I can't wait to read more nonfiction with you all tomorrow.